Hey guys, what's up? It's AblazeMonkee. I'm back for another video. Now, in today's video, we're going to be doing a one-shot what if. Basically, instead of having multiple parts to our what if like I usually do, I'm going to be having just this one video to go through this entire what if. I will be doing this hopefully every Friday, so look out for these what ifs and feel free to suggest some down in the comments below, as they actually have quite a high chance of me covering them. But our first one will be what if Gohan trained with WHIS. So before we get into this, please make sure you do go and leave a like, as well as subscribing with post notifications on, as it helps me out quite a bit. Also make sure you share this video with someone who might enjoy it. So yeah, let's get right into this. So you might wonder when Gohan begins training with WHIS, and I'm going to have him start in the time skip of roughly 6 to 8 months in between the Resurrection of F-Arc and the Universe 6 tournament. So right after Gohan's defeat to Frieza, which really wasn't nice to see. Gohan basically got bullied. So right after God's defeat to Frieza, he begins training with Piccolo for about a month. With this, Gohan manages to achieve Ultimate much quicker. He also happens to do some sparring with Goku, who tells him he should train with Whis, and thus Gohan begins going to train with Whis on Beerus's planet. Now, you have to remember Gohan has got a job and a family to look after, so he isn't going to be spending as much time on Beerus's world as per se Goku or Vegeta. But due to Gohan having his potential unlocked, that surprisingly won't be much of an issue. You see, I want to go down the GT route of things. In Dragon Ball GT, Gohan manages to have the Ultimate form as his base. This means that Gohan is always an Ultimate, and when he goes Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2, he's technically going Super Saiyan Ultimate, or Ultimate Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan 2. So this is what I'm going to have happen to Gohan here. So he can use Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, although he is technically stacking the Mystic form on top of them, which makes the forms much stronger than usual, due to his base form being so strong now that it's always in Mystic. Needless to say, Gohan in Super Saiyan is as strong as Goku in Super Saiyan 2. And Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is roughly matching a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which means once Gohan achieves Super Saiyan God, he is on the same level as Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Gohan does join the Universe 6 tournament in the place of Monarca, and he also goes in the time chamber for 3 years with Goku and Vegeta. Before the tournament, I can also just want to mention really quickly how damn cool Gohan looks in Whis' gi. I love the way this looks, as it's a good callback to all his purple clothes, like the Piccolo gi against Cell, and those clothes he wore in the Buu saga. Just wanted to mention that because I think this looks sick, and I would love to see something like this happen in the actual show. So Gohan trains and grows much stronger, having a very good grasp on Super Saiyan God. Needless to say, the tournament goes pretty much the same up until the arrival of the assassin Hit. Gohan is the one to go in next to fight him, after Vegeta has been defeated by Hip, who used his time skip. Gohan decides to play things out smart and be strategic, use his brain. So he fights Hit in Super Saiyan 2 at first to gauge his power and figure out what exactly is going on. Now I think Gohan is pretty smart, so I think he would be able to figure out that Hit is skipping through time. Once Gohan figures this out, he goes to Super Saiyan God, which allows him to pace himself, as Super Saiyan God doesn't drain nearly as much stamina as, say, Super Saiyan Blue. Gohan uses the same strategy as Goku, to where Gohan allows himself to be hit by Hit. Wow, I just noticed that. Hit by Hit. Anyway, so Gohan continues to take damage while simultaneously dishing back damage himself. Gohan knows, however, that he can't keep doing this and decides he has to end it. He knows he can take out Hit if he can just move faster than his time skip, and this leads to Gohan powering up extensively. He would scream as the flaming aura would burst everywhere, and now, while in the time chamber, Gohan was able to achieve a Super Saiyan Blue. However, it is incredibly draining, and he still doesn't have that good of a control over the form. Needless to say, however, Gohan powers up and uses the power of Super Saiyan Blue, and he is now at the same strength as, let's say, a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. I don't know if he'd be as strong as Kaioken times 10, but he is able to fight with Hit with relative ease, moving faster than Hit can react. This ends with Gohan defeating Hit in just a nick of time, as he was about to run out of energy against him. Gohan decides he needs to continue training with Super Saiyan Blue, and while he's not at work or looking after his daughter, he does some training with either Whis on his planet, Beerus's planet, or Piccolo. Gohan does this so that he can get a better handle and control over Super Saiyan Blue. Needless to say, the next arc begins. Trunks returns from the future and attacks Gohan after Gohan arrives, this time with him revealing someone who looks just like him is terrorizing his timeline. with Gohan Black then arriving. Gohan Black then attacks Gohan and he fights with his evil counterpart, going to Super Saiyan 2 and wiping the floor with him. Just as Gohan is about to finish him off, however, he gets sent back to his timeline. Gohan, Goku and Vegeta as well as future Trunks all head into the future, ready to fight with Gohan Black. This results in Goku and Gohan going to fight with Gohan Black, while Vegeta and Trunks fight the newly revealed Zamasu. Goku ends up being the one to fight Gohan Black, and that is until Gohan Black reveals he can transform. Super Saiyan Blue Goku ends up fighting with Super Saiyan Rose Gohan Black, and needless to say, he is defeated. Just before Gohan can help him, however, Goku tells Gohan he has been training for a moment like this, where someone is stronger than him. With this, Goku shows off a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, something he had actually wanted to use against Hit. Now, this allows him to fight roughly equally against Gohan Black, actually overpowering at points. Gohan is shocked by Goku's power in Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, although at some points Gohan Black does get the advantage on Goku, but it's a constant toss and turn. At some points Goku's winning, at some point Gohan Black is winning. Kaioken is a pretty strenuous form, however, and Gohan realizes this. It eventually causes Goku's muscles to hurt and he ends up running out of stamina. After Vegeta learns that Zamasu is an immortal, they are forced to retreat. This ends up going quite similar to the original. The only key difference this arc is obviously Gohan Black, it's not Goku Black. So things would play out generally the same except Gohan is going to the future. So Beerus still would go on to erase Zamasu and everything would play out the same. They still go to the future only to discover Gohan Black is still there. Now the second trip goes pretty similar to the original. Gohan does try to fight with Gohan Black but is defeated after Gohan does get teamed on by Zamasu, who's immortal, and Gohan does go into a fit of rage after Black tells him he murdered Videl and Pan after stealing his body. Gohan would be even more so enraged than when Goku in the original found out Chi-Chi and Goten had been killed, and Gohan, Goku and Vegeta are all able to escape after Trunks goes to his Super Saiyan Rage form. Gohan and Vegeta both end up going into the time chamber together while Goku goes to learn the Mafuba. Both Gohan and Vegeta increase substantially in strength, and this is sort of an odd duo, although I think it works. So then they make their final trip back to the past, accompanied by Gowasu and Shin. They arrive just like in the original, and Gohan ends up beating the crap out of Gohan Black, while Vegeta beats the crap out of Zamasu. After Trunks seals away Zamasu, he manages to escape due to Goku forgetting the seal, and Gohan Black still makes the Sickle of Sorrow, creating clones of himself, which Goku, Vegeta and Gohan are able to easily defeat. This then leads to both Zamasu and Gohan Black being backed into a corner, and this ends with both of them taking off the Potara, fusing to create fused Zamasu. Gohan tries to fight with him, and yeah, he is easily defeated. Meanwhile, Goku and Vegeta also try to fight him, and things go relatively the same to the original, up until the point where someone has to fuse. Due to Vegeta not wanting to fuse, however, Gohan is quick to accept. He has never fused before, and Goku is actually happy. He gets to fuse with his son. Remember that fateful fight against Super Buu where Gohan failed to catch the Potara? Yeah, that's not going to be happening this time. Goku tosses the Potara at Gohan with him catching it and putting it on his ear. Both Goku and Gohan fuse to form Dokkan. The Potara fusion reveals himself to fuse Zamasu and a battle ensues. Dokkan is different to Vegeta, because this fusion is quite arrogant like him, although it has a personality of its own, keeping a calm mind and thinking strategically. He's mainly arrogant due to Gohan being arrogant just like he was when he fought Super Buu. He decides to pace himself, however, against Zamasu, with him only being in base form. Eventually, he powers up to Super Saiyan at first, but he knows that he is technically an immortal being. Dokkan continues to fight with fused Zamasu, with both of them exchanging punches and kicks. Fused Zamasu, although, is very strong and is clearly winning the fight against Gohan. Gohan decides that he's not getting anywhere with this and decides to throw all of his original plans out the window. This is obviously once Zamasu starts to become corrupted, as this is when he reveals none other than Super Saiyan Blue. This fight goes quite similar to Vegeto's fight when he was in Blue, although their fusion does last a bit longer and is stronger. He's also more calculating, and we get to see some pretty cool techniques from him. We would probably even get to see a full power Kamehameha, and other things which, in my opinion, would just be pretty cool to see, because Vegito clearly had a bunch of techniques, so I would imagine Dokkan would have the same. Although things would basically play out as they did in the original, and the two would eventually defuse, causing both of the Saiyans to be defeated. Vegeta tries to fight against fused Zamasu, who is corrupted, but he's also defeated. Trunks then still gets his Spirit Sword and kills Zamasu, with Zeno still coming in to erase his timeline, and he then returns to a new one with help from WHIS. So yeah, things go as in the original, and from here we then go into the Tournament of Power. The team is basically going to be the same as in the original, although there is one key difference. Frieza. You see, Gohan has been training a lot with Goten, and Trunks, but specifically Goten, and when Goten isn't training with Gohan, he is training with Piccolo. And while both boys do have Super Saiyan 2 now, Goten goes one step even further beyond, and after going into the time chamber with his brother Gohan, Goten manages to actually achieve Super Saiyan 3. Granted, he can only use it for a couple of minutes before he's completely drained, but he also has mastered Super Saiyan like Goku did in the Cell games, which means he can use it with no stamina drain, something Trunks decided not to achieve. So yeah, between the two boys, Goten ends up joining instead of Frieza. You might think that, Goten achieving Super Saiyan 3 is kind of bullshit, but I just think it's kind of cool. I always wanted to do something with Goten's character, so I feel like in this What If, due to Gohan being more relevant, it would definitely be interesting to see how Goten would benefit from Gohan getting stronger by training with him. So yeah, I've decided to give him Super Saiyan 3. I just think it's kind of cool, and it's not broken. He has no control over it, and he's going to be getting drained in minutes. So then the Tournament of Power begins, and it goes pretty much the same. Goten, Gohan, and Piccolo all stick together, with them taking out multiple fighters. Slowly, universes begin to get eliminated, but that is when it happens. Goku challenges Jiren, and this basically goes the same with Goku unlocking Ultra Instinct. Gohan can't help but be fascinated by this, and he wonders if he could achieve it. And things play out as usual. Now, Gohan would actually go in place of his father to fight Kefla. After Goku had been knocked down while in Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, he wouldn't actually achieve Ultra Instinct and would instead just be saved by Piccolo. Piccolo would save Goku, but he would actually get knocked out himself, obviously by Kefla. Gohan would get pretty pissed off and he would be the one to fight her, like in the manga. With her powering up, Gohan would retaliate. Now, Gohan would go to Super Saiyan Blue, but then he would show a new transformation. Perfected Super Saiyan Blue. Now you might wonder what exactly this is, but if you've read the manga, you probably already know. And basically, this form is used only once in the manga. Well, not once, but it's only used, I believe, by Goku in the manga. And basically, Gohan has achieved it here. It basically makes it so that you don't have a big stamina drain from Super Saiyan Blue like you're meant to. So basically, you don't leak any ki from your body. Think of it as the way Goku mastered Super Saiyan in the Cell games. And yeah, you gain quite the power boost from it. Gohan, being the smart tactical fighter he is, in my opinion, would be able to achieve this through extensive training, leaving only a slight blue glow around him than the usual bursting ki of Super Saiyan Blue. Needless to say, he would fight Kefla and the fight would be intense. They would smash each other through rocks, and then there would be very intense kicks and punches would be thrown, and it would go similar to in the manga. This would end in Gohan defeating her once the two would get in a beam struggle of Gohan's Kamehameha and Kefla's whatever that beam was meant to be when Goku just skid across it in Ultra Instinct. So yeah, Gohan would end up winning the beam struggle, knocking Kefla out. Well, technically it's Caulifla and Kale. From here, the tournament would continue as normal, with Gohan and Goten sticking together. Goten mainly using Super Saiyan 2, however using Super Saiyan 3 every so often when they would take on someone strong. They would defeat multiple universes, and after taking out Anilaza, they would be left with just a few members against Universe 11. Now, Gohan had tried fighting against Jiren a couple of times, although he had been defeated. Our final fighters in the Tournament of Power are currently Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Android 17, and surprisingly, Goten. Goku and Vegeta go to fight Jiren, and 17 takes on Toppo alone. Gohan and Goten go to fight Dispo. So Goten would go to Super Saiyan 3 and would take on Dispo, obviously with the help from Gohan. Needless to say, after dealing with the speedy fighter, they would be able to keep up with him. Goten would be mainly acting as support, while perfected Super Saiyan Blue Gohan would be doing most of the fighting. They would be able to corner Dispo, and we would get a brother Kamehameha, which would knock Dispo out. Goten would then go on to help Android 17, while Gohan would go to help against Jiren. This would be pretty cool because Vegeta would still achieve Blue Evolution, and that is when we would get Blue Kaioken Goku, Blue Evolution Vegeta, but also, last but not least, perfected Blue Gohan. All three would team up on Jiren, with eventually Gohan leaving the fight to help against Toppo. With help from Gohan, 17 and Goten were able to take him out, but he would use his God of Destruction powers. This would seemingly take Goten out, although he was actually still in the ring. Vegeta would be the one to ultimately explode, still surviving, but he would take Toppo on and defeat him. After that, Gohan would go and help Goku to fight Jiren. After taking out Toppo, Vegeta would go and help them to fight against Jiren. The final fight against Jiren would be pretty cool, with Goku, Gohan, 17, and Vegeta taking out Jiren. Eventually, Android 17 would end up self-destructing, and Vegeta would get knocked out next. We would then get the final battle, with Goku going at Ultra Instinct after receiving quite a bit of energy from not only Vegeta, but Gohan too. This would result in Goku going Mastered Ultra Instinct eventually, and that all goes the same. Gohan saves Goku from being knocked out instead of Golden Frieza, and we then have it revealed that Android 17 isn't actually dead, after he seemingly saved Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta from being eliminated. And neither is Goten, which I already said before. So yeah, Gohan also has now gotten enough energy back to at least go Super Saiyan 2, even though he has spent a lot of energy fighting Jiren and helping out Goku by donating his energy to him. So they all fight Jiren, and the fight ends with a family Kamehameha, with each member of the Sun family in Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2. Goku, Goten, and Gohan all fire the Kamehameha, knocking Jiren out. Jiren is defeated, however, so is Goku, Goten, and Gohan, who are forced to jump off of the ring to push Jiren. This causes Android 17 to be the winner of the Tournament of Power, and he makes the wish to restore the universes. So we have the Broly movie next, and this movie basically goes the same. The only difference here is instead of Golden Frieza, we get Golden Cooler to fill the role of bringing Broly. So yeah, that all basically goes the same as the original. Gohan doesn't get involved. On to the next arc. So the next arc now is the Galactic Prisoner Escapee arc, which for the first part goes basically the same. Yes, Gohan would join the Galactic Patrol, but him being on Namek doesn't change much besides Moro getting more energy after defeating Vegeta. Things go basically the same, with Vegeta going to Yardrat after, and Gohan and Goku going off back to the ship. Now, while Goku goes to train with Mirrors, Gohan is going to be joining him, but not for the full 6 months. Gohan doesn't do all the 6 months. He only instead trains for 4 months, which means yes, Gohan may be able to tap into Ultra Instinct, but it's not certain. Now, the reason for Gohan doing this is simple. He wants to go train in the land of the Supreme Kai with the Grand Supreme Kai. Now that he is back, Gohan knows he will be an excellent teacher, and so Gohan ends up training under him, learning some Kai techniques, and actually gaining more stamina and control. So this arc goes basically the same, with Gohan going down on Earth for the battle against 7-3, which ends up being actually really easy. Things get tough, however, after Sagambo comes. However, in perfected Super Saiyan Blue, Gohan is able to take out Sagambo really easily. Yeah, he doesn't need help from Goku this time, he's just able to take him out. After that, Moro comes down and Gohan ends up fighting him in his blue state. This would be a pretty cool fight, as Gohan would try to finish Moro off as quickly as possible, with him ultimately getting defeated. However, he would use his Kai techniques. Luckily, however, Goku comes down in Ultra Instinct, and from here, things play out as they do in the original, with Vegeta coming and nearly killing Moro, but Moro of course absorbing 7-3. Here is where things change. After seeing Goku get stabbed by Moro, Gohan goes in to fight him like in the original, and out of the necessity to get stronger, Gohan remembers his training with Mirrors, and Gohan manages to tap into Ultra Instinct. Everyone watches as Gohan fights Moro, with him not really holding back, going in for the kill. Gohan, however, doesn't have that good of a control over the form, and this is basically his first time using it. So needless to say, although Gohan does manage to do some pretty good damage, and he manages to show off what Ultra Instinct is really made of, it's not enough to take Moro out. He does, however, manage to weaken him. So Mirrors comes down to help, and he gets erased, and from here, things play out the same. Goku goes Mastered Ultra Instinct against Moro after he kills Mirrors, and Angel Moro fights Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, and after Moro merges with the Earth and Goku goes Spirit Mode, he manages to kill him, and that is where the story for now comes to a close. So that was the story of What If Gohan Trained with Whis. Definitely an interesting one, and I had a lot of fun covering all of Super, and this What If as a whole, to be honest, was really fun. Gohan has always been one of my favourite characters, and seeing him kill Cell was one of my favourite moments in the whole of Dragon Ball Z, and in Dragon Ball Super it was really interesting to see how they developed Gohan. But realistically, did they give Gohan his thunder? He killed Bugs Bunny in the Tournament of Power, and he got basically slapped by Moro. So yeah, Gohan hasn't been given the best treatment in Super that I would like, but I do want them to build up on Gohan. Maybe we could see some of that ultimate power he was talking about when he said that he would like to grow in his own way without using Saiyan transformations. I would like to see where they go with that. If you want more complete one-shot stories like this one, please let me know down in the comments below. If you liked it, or if you prefer my usual 12 to 18 part long what ifs, I am curious to hear what you guys think and what you all think of Gohan training with Whis. Gohan is one of my favourite characters, so I had a lot of fun writing this. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications on, as I really do appreciate it. Also make sure to share this video with someone who might enjoy it. But with all that said, I will see you all in my next video. Laters!